Yo, what's up guys, it's Hippo. Great way to start a video. And as you can see by the title, this is a movie review for the movie Sucker Punch. I literally just finished watching it. And if you have not seen this movie, this is a spoilerific movie. I'm going to spoil every little bit of it and talk about it. And if you haven't seen it, I would say go watch it. It's on Netflix. I just watched it on Netflix. It's not live streaming on Netflix, but you just go rent it. It's really... let me talk about it. So, don't watch this video if you don't want to spoil. Go watch the movie, then come back and watch this. I'm giving you a warning right now. Okay, let me go into this movie. This movie is really different. Like, the movie as a whole is like, it's very, very beautiful. It comes together somehow. Like, okay, this movie pretty much is about, you have the girl that was orphan, misdirection, killed, shot her stepfather, but like the father killed the daughter, so like blamed it on the other daughter. They go by nicknames. There's like the main actress who is what's her name? Her name was what was it? Baby Doll. And then there's like these sisters. One's named Rocket, and the other's name's like all girls. It's like an all-girl mental institution. Cause like, okay, I'm going ahead of myself. The way this movie is, it's like there's two stories, but it's like there's one story, but like the style and the kind of way they tell it changes every now and then. Like at the beginning, they tell a story, and they have a story through, and then at the end, there's a story. So it's really weird. And so like she's in this mental institution, and everything's crazy and stuff like that. Like you see the main guys, you see people throughout, and like they're kind of like, you know that they're gonna be in later. But it's really weird, like, cause then they switch it. Like they as you can tell, I'm still sick, by the way. Forget that. Like they switch it on it. So they switch it from like a mental institution, from crazies, to a guy running like a whorehouse. So like it's really weird transition into it. So pretty much the story is, I'm just gonna give a rough story. Baby Doll, I can't remember her name. Oh, by the way, there's Vanessa Hudgens in this movie. I think that's her name from High School Musical. I think that was her in it. It's weird. And she's one of the characters, and then there's like an Asian lady, and then there's pretty much those five. But pretty much the story is that Baby Doll gets put in there, obviously, not really, and she can't say anything, obviously. They sign her over, she's in there. And then, like, they dance a lot in this movie, which is not weird, but they don't dance. Like, let me explain. What they do is, when they switch, at one point, like, they're about to do a lobotomy, which is, old times, apparently, they stick, like, a needle in your eye and change your brain or something like that. They didn't really explain it. I don't know what a lobotomy is, or whatever they... It's weird. I really didn't understand it. They didn't really touch into that. When they go and do that, and then it switches to movie style, like the whole movie. So throughout the movie, like it's weird. But okay, and then and then they I know it's really hard to recollect. Okay, the whole point of the movie. Baby Doll wants to break free, so she convinces the whole team of 5 that they have to break free, and then they have to collect these 5 things. But before that, they want Baby Doll to dance. They want to see how she is, so, like with the customers and stuff, because like the whole whorehouse and stuff, they have to dance. Like strippers, but not really strippers. They're just like, I don't know what they're like, erotic dancers. But like whenever she goes to dance, like as a metaphor, you never see her dance. What they do is they go into like an action scene, which is really weird. Like, what they do is like she starts dancing, and then there's like a temple, there's like giant shoguns with swords and machine guns. She has like a sword and a gun, and like she fights and stuff. When she like finishes the battle and gets the victory, it switches back to her at the end of the dance. So like the whole dance is the fighting and stuff, and everyone thinks it's amazing. So you never actually see the dances she does. Yeah, just turn off that. I literally just finished watching the movie. This was right after So, like, that's every single time. So what they plan to do is, she dances to mesmerize the people, and then everybody else tries to take the things. Like, they have to take, like, a map, they have to take, like, a fire, they have to take a knife, and they have to take a key. It's 4 things, 5 things, it's like a whole deep meaning. And, they go do that, like, first off, like, when they try and get the map, like, she's, like, one of the sister, her name is, what was her name? It was not Rocket, it's the other sister, and it was, I can't remember her name, it's just a big sister, pretty much. Steals, like, the map and stuff like that while she dances for everyone, the baby doll. And then, like, they have to steal, like, a lighter, and, like, that's really cool. I like how that happens, but the action scenes don't make sense. Like, at one point, like, one of the action scenes when they're stealing the map, they literally, like, well, for the first action scene where she dances for the first time to show off her stuff, she, they're like, it's crazy. Like, you see, like, Shoguns, she has, like, a sword throughout the whole movie, so she's, like, a sword and a gun and just shooting and killing everything, and it's just, like, really weird. And then the second one, like, it's all 5 of them together. Sorry, my throat's hurting me. And, they go together, and they're in, like, a World War II scenario, but they have, like, futuristic guns, and, like, the robots, there's, like, robots running off, like, steampunk and clockworks, and one chick has a giant mech suit that could hover in midair, and they have to try and get, like, a map from, like, a Nazi general or something. And, like, the second dance, when they're trying to get the fire, like, they're, like, using, like, orcs from Lord of the Rings, like, leftover costumes, like, invading a castle. She has to, like, cut a dragon's head off or something. She has to fight dragons in a castle. And then, like, the third one, it's, like, all futuristic, and they're, like, on a train with, like, a bomb, a.k.a. knife kind of thing. And it's really weird, those fighting scenes, how they come together. Like, the visuals in this movie, like, the CGI is really good. It's together good. It flows nice, not choppy at all. But and the acting was amazing. I loved the acting in this movie. The dialogue was awesome. The way it was written was just really good. Except for, like, the main villain, like, the guy that gets, like, stabbed and stuff. He was written really weird. Like, he's, like, a good villain, but, like, he was kind of came off a little wimpier than I thought that, like, he should have been. But anyway, he, like, another thing is, in this movie, they don't show a lot of the original, like, cause like I say, it's like all this, like, the whole thing takes place within, like, the whorehouse. So, like, they don't show the other stuff. So they don't show, like, the crazies or anything, which I think is cool. But pretty much at the end, things happen, go on, and then, like, they come together. She's like, there's supposed to be, like, 5 elements. Oh, and I forgot, like, each time she dances, it's like a character you never see that is, he's, like, an old guy, like, and, like, the first one, he was, like, a grandmaster. They gave him this stuff. They always give him little tips and stuff. He always gives them tips, like, work together. Don't sell nothing your ass can't grant or something like that. Don't talk, like, with a big mouth and stuff like that. And it's, like, forgive yourself. Like, he gives, like, little pieces of advice that make sense later on in the movie. And, like, he is, like, an old guy. First one, he's, like, a grandmaster. Second one, he was like a sniper, like, an old, like, leader. Third one, he was, like a suit, like, head honcho kind of guy. It was crazy. He was like a flight leader kind of thing, dropping bombs. It was crazy. And but, like, towards the end, they come to realize, like, the main character that you thought was the main character wasn't really the main character, but yeah, she still was the main character, so, like, it's kind of confusing. And, it was really anticlimactic a lot at certain points. Like, a lot of the fight scenes, like, it really ended just kind of short, and, like, really, that's it? Kind of only fight scenes? And, like, the action scenes were really dull at most points, but, like I said, it was visually awesome, but, like, they just pulled off dull. So I keep looking up and down because I want to look at the camera. But anyway, so it's my first review. Forgive me. Like I said, I'm not a professional at this. Overall, this movie, I enjoyed it. I would recommend seeing it. It was different. A lot of people didn't like this movie. I mean, I can see why, but like this movie is really weird how they did this movie. Like, a lot of things they could have left out, but a lot of things they could have put in. So, I mean, it all well balanced itself out. So, I give this movie I'd say about a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7.5, something like that, around that range. I think 7.5 is good. Like, it's really pretty, it's really written out well, but, like, the story is really weird. So, take that as you will. This is not I'm not a professional. It's just how I saw the movie. So, excuse me. Alright, guys. I'll see you later. Hopefully I can do more reviews like this after I finish watching movies or TV shows or animes or I play a video game. I would want to do more of these because it's really simple. So, take care now. Bye-bye then.